Well, I just thought I'd throw this out here. Strange happening. Something really funny happened. This Sunday. So it's this afternoon it happened. This evening I've had my little meeting with my mentor, Phil. Uh, and I did that same technique I did in that last Strange Happening video, talking about absorbing sunlight kind of technique, anchoring the eighth dimensional monad kind of thing. So I did it again this afternoon. The deal is, what made it a perfect moment, the deal is it's been cloudy. It's been cloudy today. Just overcast and cloudy. It's like, well, shucks, you know. I like being in direct sunlight, especially doing this technique, but I still want to do it. So I went through all my other steps. Technique number one, technique number two, technique number three, some breathing techniques, and then I finally got to this one. So I went outside, did my typical thing, you know, kind of naked, sat in the chair outside. It's cloudy, and I started doing these visualizations. And at a certain point, when I'm reaching out to the sun, to reach out to the center of the sun and grab pieces of it as energy coming into me, kind of thing. When I did that, the moment I did that, the sun came out from the clouds. Basically, the clouds went away. It was the funniest thing because it was total cloudy. And I went out there, looked up, it's total cloudy, and I started doing this technique. And the moment I reached out to the sun, the clouds, opened up, and it's just blue sky. It's like, what in the world? That was nice. It's like, oh, yay. So I just started the technique, this is the beginning of it, and I was doing this technique, and it's like, oh, right. Nice. Sunlight, real sunlight. Just good timing, I guess. This is really nice. And then as I'm doing this, I start feeling something on my skin. Just little things touching my skin. Uh, Everywhere. Just random here and there, just like tink, tink, tink. It's like, what is that? So I open my eyes up, and what I'm seeing, I guess the previous clouds that were over the sun had released some rain, and it was evaporating on the way down. By the time it reached me, it was very, very small particles, still enough to reflect sunlight. So these particles look like little pieces of light. There were little specks of light coming down as raindrops, but so small and going very slow. Uh, Almost as slow as a snowflake. They were so light as I'm watching these little raindrops fall. I couldn't see the raindrop. All I saw was the sunlight reflecting off of them and coming down. And some of them were so fine that they evaporated in front of me. Just came down, gone, gone. And others were just little sparks of light coming down. Others were the drops coming down, touching my skin. I could feel the wetness of it. I looked down at the cell phone next to me that I had on the concrete, next to me on the ground, and I could see the water building up on my cell phone. So it definitely was rain. And my skin was absorbing it, or it was evaporating as it touched me. One of the two, I don't know. It's the most beautiful thing. So I've got this visualization going, and I'm doing this technique. I have my eyes open at this point, and I'm still doing the technique, but it's full sun, blue sky above me, and these little raindrops just coming down about this fast. And then little points of light, just little points of light just coming down. About like that, about that many. It was just like points of light coming down that touching my skin as I'm doing this the entire time. The entire time for this technique was like 10 minutes. It's like, it's the most perfect moment. It was a perfect moment. That's why I titled this video, Another Perfect Moment. It was just like, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, blue sky, sunlight, drops of light, white light coming down slowly, not fast like rain. It was slow. They were so fine and disintegrating on the way down, disintegrating, evaporating in my field of vision. Some of them just totally evaporated, disappeared. And then other little wet droplets touching my skin. It was like, it was a perfect moment. It's just like, wow, this is a perfect moment. Just wow. After that, came back inside. And when I came back inside, clouded right back up again. I guess I happened to step out at just the right moment or something, and I don't know, or you want to go to my crazy little world. The sky just decided to open up at that particular moment, and the sun came out and blue sky everywhere. I mean, there wasn't any clouds above me. There was some on the peripheral, but for some reason there was a massive break in the clouds at the time I walked out there, and I did not plan that. I just like, well, my wife had to run over to her father's house to do something. I'm like, well, while she's gone, I'll do these techniques and get this done while she's gone, and get it done. So I went out there and did it. So I wasn't planning for opening in the sky at the time. I was thinking it was going to be cloudy and gray. Honestly, I didn't ask or do anything strange to try to make it happen. It just did, and all the clouds opened up. There was a massive break in perfectly clear blue sky, and I guess the passing rain clouds that had just passed, because it wasn't raining yet. There was no rain anywhere. The ground wasn't wet or anything else. I guess it was trying to rain, and it didn't get there. And it was just these fine points of light coming down. Went inside, clouded up, and it did start raining later. Thunder in the background and raining today. So it's like, great time and perfect moment, and thank you, Sky. That was really nice.